What's up, shithead? Derek, shut the fuck up. And this is why I treat you like shit. You're an asshole. Listen to me, Derek. I have been through way too much shit to put up with you right now. Shut it. Whoa, what the fuck's up with you? I've been working on the follow-up to that Mario video. And it's been driving me insane. I thought you said that video was cancelled. Oh no, I never said it was cancelled. I just said it was going to take a little longer. And take a little longer it has. Because it's been slowly driving me up the fucking wall. Well, why? What's wrong? Because Super Mario Bros., for as good of a game as it is, Nintendo just couldn't work out how to follow it up. What do you mean? They couldn't do it. They just couldn't. It came to the point where they released 2 different games to follow it up, and they both sucked. Well then just don't do it. Oh, it's too late. I've played them. And now I gotta give my thoughts on them. You seem genuinely unstable right now. If you value your life, you'll fuck off. Oh, okay. I'm going, bro. I'm going. See you. I'll be back when you're not crazy. Okay, it's gone. You're just up to BookingPointXX here, and welcome back to Point by Point, the show where I go point by point through a game or a show or whatever and give you my opinions. I'm Point, and yes, today I will be covering Super Mario Bros. 2. Both versions. I only have one of them physical, and this doesn't even work. I swear, I ordered this off eBay like a year ago, and it just didn't fucking work. It just glitches at the title screen. This is useless. But anyway, yeah, this video was meant to come out a couple of weeks ago now, actually, but I ended up delaying it because I didn't think the video was going to be very good. Although I did say I had a couple ideas to make it better, and I did act upon one of them, which is why you're seeing this video right now. So in this video, not only will I be covering Super Mario Bros. 2 as you and I know it, or basically anyone outside of Japan knows it, I will also be covering Super Mario Bros. 2 as Japan knows it, or as we know that game over here, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Now, as you can probably garner from the intro, I have a pretty controversial opinion on Mario 2 outside of Japan. The Japan one, I think my opinion's a little more accepted. But we'll get into that as we go through these. But first, a bit of background for those who don't know. Okay, well, since Lost Levels technically came out first in Japan, I think it makes sense to start with that. So, after the original Super Mario Bros., Nintendo realized they had something big on their hands. So, basically right away, they started porting the game to a bunch of things. One of those was a port to the arcade called Versus Super Mario Bros. With some remixed level designs. A lot of the remixed level designs in this were made by Miyamoto specifically to be more difficult, and he thought this was a good idea for a sequel. So, he put this into full swing, starting the development of Super Mario Bros. 2. However, Miyamoto had just become a father at the time and wanted to focus more on that. So he turned the development more over to Takashi Tezuka, who was working on Legend of Zelda around at the same time. So essentially, this was a Mario Bros. Game started by Miyamoto, and he just kind of dropped out right afterwards. This already isn't a good sign, but that becomes worse when you find out that this game was finished in 4 months and came out less than a year after the original. This is gonna be a rough ride. Jeez, even the menu screen looks rushed. You can tell this was in 4 months, bro. They don't even have multiplayer, they just have Luigi playable. And he just makes the game way harder than it already is. Okay, so the first level on the creek power trooper really early on. That's weird. Okay, why is that Koopa in a box? Alright, let's get these. Oh, a mushroom! Okay, they look a little different in this game, but okay, let's collect it. The mushroom killed me. The first mushroom you see in the game, and it kills you. You can tell that their mindset while making this was, what if the original game continued past World 8? Something I never particularly cared to find out. Okay, so what you're supposed to do here is walk up to where this Koopa Troopa is and jump at this block. Then a mushroom will come out. Then what you have to do is make the mushroom bounce out of the thing. Bounce physics in the first level. Nintendo, what the fuck kind of pot are you smoking, and is it legal? But aside from those glaring examples of difficulty, the rest of this level actually isn't that hard. I wouldn't even say it's on World 8 standards when it comes to Mario. I'd say it's more on like World 4 or 5 standards, so really not that bad overall. Next up, we have mandatory sliding, which I don't think was ever in the first game, never mind in the early levels, so that's actually kind of cool. But then, before the stage can really get started, I managed to jump up here and run across almost the whole stage. I try to get to a warp zone, but I miss and have to just move on, so shit. So this level is based around these hill things. So unlike other reviewers, I'm going to get on this game's ass for doing more than just being ridiculously hard. This game just straight up steals level themes from the first game. Like 1-1 is a ground level, 1-2 is an underground level, and 1-3 is one of those weird mountain sky moving platform levels. This isn't even original in its level design. It has some cool new elements and some new tricks I guess you can pull off with the whole mandatory sliding anyway. Obviously you can do that in the first game, but it's never mandatory. So this game isn't just like basically a ROM hack to make the original game harder. It's not even original with its design. That's like one thing it could have had going for it. But no, it can't even get that right. Wait, what the fuck? What are you doing out of water? Can you fly now? Why am I questioning this game? This game is just stupid. Moving onward, and we have another castle level, and yeah, this one's piss easy. It may be a little harder than some of the early ones in the first game, but it's still really not that hard. And you think they would have given Bowser the hammers right away, but if they did, I didn't see it because I just jumped right over his ass. Toad, this game's already a middle finger. I don't need you doing it too. Moving on to World 2, and oh, okay, World 2 is the night world now. You're not off the hook, Nintendo. Just because you switched it up doesn't mean I forgive you for not having any new level themes. Because you don't want to make the sky red. Have it be a hell world. I don't know. Just do something to make it interesting. Jesus Christ. And here's where we get into the main problem with this game. It's really stupid and cheap platforming segments. This isn't hard. This is just tedious. Having to jump between platforms this small over bottomless pit is bullshit. That's not challenging, that's just straight up being lazy on the game developer's part. And sadly, that's a sign of things to come. Or at least I assume, because I couldn't make it past this fucking world. Or, more accurately, I couldn't be bothered because this game is so fucking boring and tedious to play that I just gave up. I'm not even kidding. If you guys came here expecting some kind of rage moment from me, trying to talk about how frustrating this game is, I didn't even get to that part because the game was just so bland in its design. Well, not even its design, in its themes. It was so bland in the level theme, it didn't change anything up. I think all it changed was, oh, the mushrooms are a slightly different shape now, and oh, some of the platforms have changed their things. It's like, that's not interesting. The only interesting thing it brings to the table is Luigi controlling different, and that's just straight up bad. That doesn't control well. I didn't even bother controlling that for this video because I've controlled it before and it's fucking horrible. So yeah, stay the fuck away from the Lost Levels. It is probably the worst mainline Mario game ever made. I absolutely despise it. And so did Howard Phillips. Howard Phillips was a man hired by Nintendo of America to deliver arcade machines. However, he was sometimes allowed to test games that were sent over from Japan for localization to see if they would fit with the American market, which was a really smart business move on Nintendo of America's part, because when he played Super Mario Bros. 2, he hated it. He thought it was way too hard and felt way too much like a ROM hack. So what did Nintendo of Japan do when they heard that the Super Mario Bros. 2 felt too much like a ROM hack? They made a literal ROM hack. Yes, for those of you who don't know, what we know as Super Mario Bros. 2 is actually just a ROM hack of a Japanese game called Doki Doki Panic that was made to promote the Fuji Television Dream Factory event, which is literally just an event to promote all of their shows. I don't get what the point of that is, but this game was made in conjunction with that, and whenever it came to release Mario 2, they were just like, fuck it, let's take that and we'll replace the characters with Mario characters. What the fuck were they thinking? Yeah, I don't like this game. But I know a lot of people do, so I'm going to talk about some positives before we get into the reasons why I don't like this game. So first off, all the characters have different abilities. Mario is well-rounded, so he, seemingly, would be your best bet. Luigi does that weird flutter jump that Yoshi does in later games, plus he feels like he's on ice all the time, like he did in the original Mario 2. Peach floats for some fucking reason, and Toad runs really fast, plus he digs really fast. That's about all I have to say when it comes to positivity. First off, these characters are not balanced at all. Mario was literally designed to be the most balanced character. Luigi just straight up doesn't work half the time. That jump, that flutter jump, isn't like it works with Yoshi in later games. That's not activated by holding down the button. That's just what Luigi's jump is like every time you do it, and it's incredibly disorienting. Do not play as Luigi. Toad, I barely even noticed that he was fast. I noticed his strength or pickup speed, whatever the fuck, a little bit, and I realized that he had a slightly lower jump, but none of that really mattered considering you can do a charge jump, which fixes the whole fucking issue, so I don't see what the point of that was. The whole time, you should just be playing as Peach. She is the obvious choice. She can float, she makes platforming way easier, she is just the best fucking character in the game, without a doubt. But that's not my only issue with the game. My other main issue is the whole picking up and throwing mechanic. Now, I know the idea of the game originally was to stack things up so you could do vertical platforming. It is a vertical platformer after all. But having that be your only way of attacking is bullshit. Alright, I hate this in every game that it's in. I like Mickey Land of Illusion, and that has it, but that's because in that game, it's optional. In this game, it's your only way of attacking, and aiming is a complete and utter shit show to do. It's just not fun in the slightest. Also, have a look at Peach's sprite. Alright, now look at her small sprite. Alright, now look at them side by side. Nintendo? That is the laziest thing I've ever seen a game company do, and that is fucking saying something. Like, genuinely, whenever I saw that, I genuinely thought that I was like phasing through the ground or something. I thought I'd fuck the game up, but no, that's just what her sprite looks like. They just cut her in half and changed a couple color parts. Really, Nintendo? I expect better out of you. Like, that is so fucking lazy. The only other thing I can think of that's really worth bringing up is that these mask guys that chase you out whenever you pick up a key are super annoying. They're a cool concept, but sometimes I feel like they have a pattern to them and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're really, really hard to avoid, especially depending on which character you're playing as and they're jumping shit. It just feels a complete chance whether or not you're able to avoid them or not, and that's, I don't know, that bothers me. And that's why I don't like either version of Mario 2. However, I do recommend you check out the localized version, the one that was based on Doki Doki Panic, because I seem to be in the minority with that. A lot of people seem to really, really like that game. So if it looks appealing to you, or if you just like Mario in general, or just 2D platformers in general, then be sure to check that out, because you might actually like it a lot more than I do. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Leave a comment in the comment section below telling me what your opinions are on Mario 2. If you like one of them, or if you like both of them, or which one you like, blah, 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 blah. Or if you've played the original Doki Doki Panic, and if it's any better than the actual Mario 2, because I do know there were some like actual differences. Subscribe, have the ring. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.